Hi everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to my hologram here, to my station of identity. Today we're going to do more like a starseed ET disclosure. What is happening and transpiring. I will also mention some of the stuff because I do listen to the press conference from Donald Trump. And it's just because, you know, I like Peggy Hall from The Healthy American. Her English is excellent, and she was actually also pointing notes, making notes about his speech. And you know, so this is, again, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest, because, you know, I'm channeling my in my energy, you know, or information comes through my soul signature, energy signature, and you know, this is how I interpret things. And you know, the story that also I've been sharing with you, right, it mostly probably not comprehensible for lots of people, because we're dealing with the astral plane where those kind of negative aliens reside, and we came here to actually transmute this extremely dense, dark energies in extremely high dimensions, high densities. We're dealing with extremely advanced aliens, and with their AI that doesn't recognize the heart structure, the humanity structure. It doesn't recognize even the heart of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and of course it doesn't understand and recognize the cosmic heart of Father, Mother, God. That's why we are the batteries for those aliens, right? And then when you see then on political arena, military arena, business, economy, you know, all these corporations, all these institutions, all this religion, entertainment, press, mainstream media, right? It's pretty much we're like their puppets, and it's all it is a psychological it's a psyops. They're playing with our mind, our brainwave frequency, right? They're siphoning our energies, you know, all these kind of interesting sexual experiences, or these horrible crimes has to do with child sex trafficking, not only on this plane of existence, but we're dealing with the galactic sex trade as well. And you know, if you know Lisa Rinna's material, Nazism 4.0, how it really started, when it really started, you can again either Google it on Ascension glossary or go through her newsletters. I think it's since 2020 there, or 2021. So, and I already made a couple of videos about it, but each time I made it, it was deleted. So that's why also the way you know, I'm pretty much reporting here multidimensionally, and it's for each of us to either do the homework. If you're interested in something, there's a research, you can research things or meditate, right? Do your own sadhana, spiritual practice. I already designed the Guardian Ascension protocol for my soul group. Beautiful souls, highly advanced souls who were born in the US. Well, corporation, but here people think that they're fighting for, I mean, they're fighting, they have the Constitution of 1776. They think that America is full of freedom, and now even with Donald Trump, you see this is not so, even in that political or business arena, and especially not in the judicial court system. Corruption beyond any description. And so anyway, so the disclosure, right, that is mostly happening on the, well, that's the political arena, on that kind of human level, human consciousness, right? It already start including even 5D, because people are awakening. But we are here talking about exopolitics. So here we have to understand the energies. We have to be soul embodied, at least, because here we are dealing with galactic stuff, with actually galactic wars a million years ago, okay? And we're dealing with their black hole technologies, extremely advanced AI, right? That's why we are coming from the future. We're the ancient of the ancients, and deciphering all that and transforming these energies, and dissolving, and especially when people are awakening, you go more within, you start understanding the kingdom of heaven is within. So the entire matrix run on that artificial AI, right? The archonic AI of inversion and distortion, perversion, depravity can finally collapse. People need to know more and more, need to understand that we live in a matrix, computer simulation, all these psyops from the black magicians, especially running the DARPA. And that's what we are dealing here. And that's why the project again, for DARPA, right? That's from the Ashtar Galactic Command. It's from the High Command, the High Council, the Andromeda Council, okay? And those guys needs to be rehabilitated. Their DNA, their consciousness, their hologram, they need to be deprogrammed, right? From all these Nazi and AI kind of Neuralink, and from all these skeletonics, robotics. They were hooked to Internet of all things through CCP jets. That's why again on that political arena it doesn't make sense that China and Russia are against US, whether it's corporation or USA Republic, right? And NATO nations, because the aliens, they're not only they think they own this entire globe, this planet, they're also in our solar system with those planetary corporations. And on that military section we talk about the Red Trident, the Nibiruan military bases, okay, with the black hole technologies. And here what we're experiencing is the archonic deception strategy, conquer and divide. Right, I am black, I am white, I am Jew, I am Muslim, I am rich, I am poor, this is my property, don't trespass, right? And that's why, for also humanity, for all of us, we have to learn how to detach. We are in this world, but we are not of this AI nonsense matrix. Even Trump was talking about all this nonsense, all these trials, what they're coming up with. Well, it's a black magic system. It's extremely demonic. It's satanic. It's Luciferian. Those are the Illuminati. So time to read the energies of the cabal and of the controllers, the Black Sun entities with their Black Sun operations, and the Belial group, the hybrid Anunnaki, the fallen angelics, right? Here people maybe know the Thotian, Leviathan kind of races, and the Canaanites, right? And they're in this beautiful suit attire. There are lawyers, or there are doctors, but they are black magicians. And they can shapeshift because, some of those bodies, like, they're possessed. And the Alpha actually we're dealing with Alpha Draconis and the Chimera group. Those are of the highest, on that highest pyramid in that astral plane, invisible plane. Here we're dealing with the power elite, right? The black nobility, mafia, okay, on that visible spectrum. But, be honest with you, some of these individuals, they're nothing but a puppet of dark forces. And they're serving the agenda of those negative aliens, and they are just programmed. They have all kinds of chips, nanobots, nanotechnology. They have implants, holographic inserts, and they actually, with distorted consciousness, they don't even know who they are. So that's why it's very important for each of us, each individuals, whether you're more of that earthly nature, or angelic human nature, or we are more really the volunteer souls, like the ascended, who are the guardians, right? Because we're also here on our journey, but we're embodying the ascension, the cosmic ascension energies. That's why we bring the cosmic divine order here, the cosmic sovereign law. And here humanity, slowly and surely, they have to understand that there is the law of one, true teachings of Yeshua, of Christ, the ascended master. His guardian D12, it means dimension 12, from Andromeda. And of course he's communicating with the Pleiadians, and of course also with the Ashtar Galactic Command. Yeshua and Ashtar, they know each other very well. But again, that's another story. And it's really that Donald Trump is out there and talking about his crisis or whatever he's experiencing is for all of us to evolve, to grow, and to understand, really the scope of the darkness and what's been hiding in extremely high places and what's been hidden for so long. But those who came here, who were born, I knew there's something wrong here in this world. It doesn't make sense, and it's extremely, extremely dark. And even I remember when, in kindergarten, we were receiving this, and when you also enter the elementary school, I think first grade, but before that, I know I was 4 years old, we were getting on a bus, and we had public transportation. There was like this weird astral, very dark energies that was enveloping me, and I didn't know where that was coming from. And I even imagined like me having leukemia, and just a horrible stuff coming from that astral, extremely vicious, dark densities. And I just couldn't, like, where is this coming from? And now I understand more and more why even infants have to get this. And now, how the number of these jabs increased since 1950s or 80s, right? Especially for children, because it pollutes our astral body. And also understand why the children are confused with their gender. So it's not only this, but they are spraying the skies. And then the GMO food, correct? And then processed food. And then whatever also, how the trained animals are being treated. And there's all kinds of plastic in food, in meat. All these fast food restaurants, especially here in the United States. Compared to my country, we pretty much have homemade food. And I have grandparents, they had garden. So I still remember the beauty and just the natural flow and the prana, the chi from all these fruits and vegetables. In the garden and the orchard trees, and how people were baking and cooking, organically in their kitchen and even outside. That's why I want to have that ashram. I want to have this kind of community with Ayurveda restaurant, Ayurveda diet, just being holistic, being natural, being outside, simple food, learning again Vedanta, yoga from the solar Rishi. These are the cosmic Christos founder races, right? And we even talk about, Saint Germain, the violet flame. He is actually the originator. He's the one who nudged or pushed Benjamin Franklin and so on to sign the Constitution of Independence, Bill of Rights, okay? And the whole freedom of speech and so on. So, they're walking with us. Whether you can feel them, invisible world, you can kind of see who is more of that angelic nature and he's more of that demonic nature. Even Donald Trump was talking about the judge who had extremely dark energies, right? So I think more and more people are seeing things, understanding things. That's why the inner work, meditation, understanding the agenda of those negative aliens, understanding exopolitics, understanding quantum structure, understanding quantum manifestation, understanding or learning more about the Platonic solids, about the teachings of the Ascended Ones, especially the Tibetan teachings, right? And the work of yogis or the mystics like Madame Blavatsky and Rudolf Steiner, yeah? So very important to really start understanding these teachings, and then so also important to take time for yourself to absorb all this knowledge. And through your heart center and through your soul signature, energy signature, remember each soul has its own song, melody, harmony, right? You start embodying this wisdom within your body, your aura, your energy field, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body coming online, right? You start embodying your soul, who you truly are. And for us, helping, my soul group, right? Embodying more of that galactic nature that's already 7, 8, and 9 dimension. And then of course and then your spiritual self, you know, that's your Christed and Buddha Christos avatar self. Because in military, right, the military training, and again I'm only dealing with MC, and again I'm only speaking from my own experiences here. I was not born in the United States. I never joined military physically. I never hold a gun, but I had all kinds of horrible experiences and initiation in that satanic from all this kind of satanic forces, to that skull and bones. That was from Hydra, you know, the octopus, DARPA, from those black magicians, where they actually did created image of a Marine. I look like a Marine. When I went to grocery, you know, people were thanking me for the service, and I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, this is a different operation here going on, okay? And because somebody had to come and understand how this whole system operates, the whole black magic grid, the Nephilim reversal grid, the Nibirian electrostatic transductions, and how they're how they're totally damaging our bioneurology. And especially who are star seeds and joining MC under MIC DARPA, then they are drafted to those dark projects. Their astral field is totally damaged, right? I mean, they put the black goo, and listen, somebody was doing already presentation since 2004. They're destroying the connection to God. They have, you know, that's through all these CCP jabs. They're eliminating your soul, and they're targeting the DOD. Their goal is to actually delete the VMAT2, that's the God gene or code in your DNA. They call it knockout. And of course it causes chronic health issues, and it's done through it's done through CRISPR technology, right? And so they want to delete the VMAT2 gene from your DNA pool. They want to delete it, and then guess what? They diagnose you with schizophrenia, Parkinson's disease, intellectual disability, autoimmune system, a cerebral palsy, type 1 diabetes. Yeah, you know, all this fearfulness. Yeah, then you have a psychiatric disorders. That's why they you know, through the astral and those electronic implants, they send me, oh, you have to go to a psychiatric institution. It was all psychological operation by my soul group, who are under the black magic grid, the Hydra, right, where they're altars, because they all were, you know, initiated in that club, the black magic club, Bone and Skull, because their altar is hooked to AI, and that black queen, right, through AI, she's activating all that and then telling them what to do. So, you know, in a military, or, you know, there is a hierarchy, and in the dark side, the elite, again talking more of the elite and the star seeds, who serving the elite, the controllers, and who have the bloodline, the Luciferian, like I am of that Luciferian bloodline, the fallen angelic bloodline. Again, we never practice anything, but you know, things happen. We don't know the the perpetrators. We don't know the guys that did all this raping, you know, to our grandmothers. Okay, we don't know the father of our grandmothers, and you know, you just live World War II and communism and so on, you know, Eastern Europe. Here I got, looks like, activated, because I got kind of on a soul level, I got attracted to these military guys, right? And looks, you know, in MC, and you know, they are under spell, black magic spell. And what I wanted to say, handlers, those guys have handlers. And this whole MK Ultra, right? MK Ultra Montauk and MK Ultra Monarch. So this, what we are trying to, or we're dismantling all that with this whole red trident, the anti-origamic technology. They talk about also failure of your heart and accelerated aging, because naturally, faith is hardwired by our genes. Why are they damaging their genes, and why are they looking for those humans who already, their DNA has been compromised, because through hybridization, through DNA mutation with the Nazi DNA and reversals like the Nephilim, right? I have that lineage of this, hybrid Anunnaki breeding with humans. So I have that within my genes. And of course here, US military, the DC, Washington, White House, right? They have satellites everywhere. And so they scan your DNA, and they pretty much know who is of that lineage or the bloodline that they need to serve the agenda of those negative aliens to destroy the angelic, divine, luminous beings. That's why we have the project for DARPA, and we are turning the tables, changing of the guards, and I have the yoga. I've had that yoga since 2009 because there was this a story, the massage therapist, the whole black magic thing there, and somebody wanted to heal. And it just turned out into fiasco because I didn't know the background, and I know there was very bad energies around that individual. And then of course when you get involved, right, you pretty much are marked by them, and if you don't listen, obey their orders, then they revenge. They do voodoo, all kinds of sorcery on you, and they want to then totally destroy you, right? So, and because of the Ashtar Galactic Command here, they're helping me, or they've been helping with this body to restore its body's consciousness, and my DNA and so on. That's why we're like I said, correcting everything, bringing everything right side up. I had horrible damage in my aura energy field. They're using nanotechnology to heal, but I'm on an extremely strict diet, and my lifestyle is very yoga Ayurveda lifestyle is very like monastery kind of thing, just very simple living but high thinking. And I am, we're bringing the Christ consciousness here online, so my soul group can be freed from that, from those dark forces. Everybody who participated, they actually participated in that black magic rituals, all these satanic Luciferian forces, the black mass, black magic rituals. They're conjuring Baphomet, and it can include assortment of depraved activities like human or blood sacrifice, sexual magic, orgies, sodomy, and the deliberate infliction of great physical pain and terror on those being initiated or possessed. With black mass or black magic rituals, everything is done backwards to invert the meaning of the ritual, which evokes the law of reversal and attracts the anti-life forces. So in order for me again to help my soul group, right, the Marines there, we had to dismantle this structure, which is extremely dark. It goes extremely deep, is extremely high dimensions, and again we're dealing aliens with extremely advanced AI, and they are beast machine, new technology, black hole technology, sex misery machine, and all these reversals, right, in your DNA, reversals in your brainwave frequencies, and they're reversing the pain with joy. So when you are killing or raping somebody, it should bring you joy whenever you are then initiated after those black magic rituals. So all this, that's why we talk about the Metatron reversals. We talk about how the light body is full of infection, dark aura. We talk about the soul fragmentation, right? The soul, and that's why when you have a code name, you have an altar, you're fragmented, your mind is compartmentalized, you're hooked to the internet of all things, and then you're being easily controlled and manipulated. and we are dealing with trauma-based mind control, right? It pretty much all started Project Paperclip right after World War II. So this is nothing new under the sun, especially for the military section, right? And now more and more it's here transpiring. People see it on, you know, in also in academia, they see it in the political arena, and now we have the press conference with Donald Trump, right? And you know, it's a process, you know. It is you know, in order to really grow, evolve, we have to face the darkness. We are going through the dark night of the soul, and that's why tighten on your seatbelt very well and focus on that inner work. Focus on your heart, healing yourself, especially your emotions, right? While healing your DNA, of course, healing your mind from all that mind control, MK Ultra, from all these lies and deceptions, right? From all these satellites, 5G towers, and so on, okay? And just start feeling the truth within your heart, because the kingdom of heaven is within your DNA, your consciousness, within that sacred chamber of your heart, right? I showed you the picture of Yeshua, Christ Jesus, right? Within the sacred chamber of your heart, with a threefold founder flame. Those are actually codes from the solar Rishis. Those are the true founders, the originators of the angelic, divine, luminous race. Okay, and Yeshua, he was the prototype. He represented the perfect divine blueprint of the angelic, luminous race. But he was a yogi. He was highly advanced. He was initiated into the mysteries of life, what life is really all about, not into the black magic. And that's what we are dealing with, right? The Christ consciousness, and I don't have the, and then the anti-life Christ consciousness. Well, this I can only show you here what is happening, how they are reversing the spin, right, in our light body, in our astral plane, right? Instead of having the right flow of your energy, and we talk about also the meditation and how you imagine like a tiny ping pong ball on inhalation, you bring these energy up, right, through you know, back of the spine. You're touching all the back of the chakras, and then through your third eye or just over the head, right? You're just on in exhalation, you're bringing these energies down, because in that black magic rituals, they're pulling all this beautiful energy, and it's, of course, the Kundalini downward. And that's why, you know, those guys have such a, you know, sex issues, sex addiction problems, raping, and even a military basis, right? Like that lady, young girl, Latina, she was raped, her vagina was burned, and then they disposed of her body. And to me, it was all dark black magic. And those guys, some of them beautiful souls, but they're initiated, they work for the cabal. They have the bloodline, the Luciferian bloodline. The AI is running through their energy field. Also the Black Covenant, right? They have a soul bindings to Moloch. We talk about that. They have crucifixion implants, that's the Tower of Babylon. They have all these data seals, 66 seals, and the tailbone seal, right? That's how they are pulling the energy down and making you vampire, and you're the psychopath. So that's why, for me, guys, very important to understand what we're dealing with. Of course, you have to read the energies, but how in the world, how can you become a vampire? How do you become a parasite instead of being inner sustained, inner directed, guided by your intuition, and walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion, right? So that's why, you know, we came here to balance these energies. Like I said, decipher the darkness, know it 100%, because then if you know the darkness, how it operates, who is who, what this is all about, the agenda and the technology that are using, then We can perfectly, through transformational work, inner alchemy, right? That's why I have the ashram. For the black magicians, for DARPA, for my soul group, right? How you can then integrate it back to light. Those who are choosing ascension, who are choosing the light divine, who are choosing love and being in their heart, who are choosing to go back to source, who are choosing to rejuvenate, regenerate, rehabilitate their original divine blueprint, right? The AI technology that recognizes the heart structure, that recognizes the cosmic heart of Father, Mother, God, that recognizes the crystal core of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, right? There are all these solutions to help you heal your bioneurology, your body consciousness, your emotions, right? And your entire systems, your light body, from all these infections, from all these parasites. Because what also happens, right, through rape, right, there's all kinds of STDs going on, right, all kinds of infections going on. And then those guys here in the military, all these sex games with girls, who have an apartment, right? And then you can see how the personality of those ladies is changing, and addictions coming more and more online, and that there is a spell, and look, this girl used to be like this, now it's like that. The same thing, ladies who were dating guys before they joined MC, right? They remember them differently. After then they joined the MC, right? They totally even changed their personalities, and they would even hit that girl and damage her, correct? This is nothing new under the sun, because for those who are the star seeds, right, and then the negative ones are creating the dark avatars out of them. I used to even talk about the 9th chakra, when either they chip you or they put some kind of implant right there, where actually the light of the soul within your eyes is dim, disappears. That's why you see them in many of these military officers out there, whether in the east, west, and so on. They dim the light, and there are other entities then entering your aura energy field, and this body vessel is nothing but a portal for dark forces to do their bidding. Okay, so so very important. Even though I'm more draconian, more of that reptilian and so on, reading these energies is so important. And also the energies of the voice. Where do you feel, right? Because the voice can tell you so much. We're sound, light, frequency, vibration. We're 99.9% energy, 0.1% matter, guys. So the breath work, the meditation, the one, being in nature, just dancing, or just, I had a great workout in the ocean, and just like the crystalline consciousness everywhere, right? Again, I talk about the stupa, Gam Ganapataya Namaha, Ganesh, Holy Mother, Divine Mother, guys. These energies are all coming online. Those who've done the inner work, transformational work, right? And also the Rosa Mystica. So congratulations, those who really feel the energies of bliss, of all that is, that you're being blessed, and you came here for a reason. You have a mission here to accomplish, and that's your passion, and that's what it's your drive, and moves forward, right? And you make the difference, and it's like a ripple effect, right? Not only on that surface level. The thing is, that's why we do so much deep meditation, because we have to contact those ETs and the extraterrestrials, and we're in touch, of course, or we have to see how those negative aliens operate, right? So that's why we do lots of meditation on that vertical scale, right? So then we can see, really where they are in the extremely high dimensions. So, if you have your 10D, right? We talk about the 10D, how important to actually that's your soul star chakra, how to activate your soul star chakra, so to become the Christos avatar. Then of course 3 feet above your head, that's your interstellar chakra, that's your 11D. And then of course you're anchoring everything, the 12D. When you do the 12D shielding building technique, right, that's actually I don't know how many inches beneath your feet, and that's, you know, that's your protection, that's your buffer zone. So wherever you go, I am, and all is well. So understanding, you know, the light bodies, the chakras, you know, the color spectrum, the sacred geometry. We have the Terrence Howard, right, talking about you know, this whole sacred math and how really cosmos operates, and he knows the mathematical formulas, and you know, this is now all being disclosed, and this is all available. And you know, remember, everybody's unique, everybody's got their own puzzle piece, and you know, everybody's responsibility to know what the puzzle piece is from A to Z. So slowly and surely, right, with the disclosure, whether on that physical surface or on that galactic surface, right, we are bringing all the pieces together, you know, with perfect symmetry, perfect code, geometry, perfectly locking in, right? So we can see the entire picture. And that's, you know, we are growing, evolving, and so on. So thank you for the lesson, right? Thank you. I'm recognizing all that. Going into my heart, into my center is very important, right? You just kind of center yourself, you mobilize. And you are the violet flame in action, instead of going into the mode of fight and flight and all these triggers, right? And pointing fingers and judging and just being so out of control. Well, that's what I experienced with my soul group, right? They're in military, you know, if they're star seeds, I'm a star seed, and you know, I'm activated and for my mission, and they have their own black magic activation they're activated to serve the agenda of those negative aliens, right? The Orion group with the Zeta looking glass technology, and you know, they're under the spell with the black magicians, the fallen angelics, and I'm here with Solo Christ, I'm here with the Satya Sai Baba, Mahatavar Babaji, I'm here with Holy Mother, Divine Mother. Of course it was an implosion or explosion, or it was like, you know, volcano. It was like Hiroshima, Nagasaki. That was like with that black magic thing, black magicians, the massage therapist, massage school, who was a high-ranking military officer. And you know, it's I didn't know what that was, and his aura energy was not that good. But if you're a black magician, you know the tricks, the sex magic thing going on, and you know, you know, it's just like, this is my disclosure, starseed disclosure. I'm sure they have their own narratives and their own rhetoric, and they're under the OTO, the Ordo Templi Orientis, and they, you know, so-called protection of the Bethlehem network. That's where they have to bow to the Red Queen or the Black Queen of black magic and sodomy and tyranny and voodoo, huh? And you know, here, Christ energy, Holy Mother, Divine Mother, Christos Sophia, right? And we talk about Semper Fidelis, Spiritus Sanctus, Christos Sophia, Maria Magdalena, Fatima. And there, I guess there is Semper Fidelis, Mafia Diablo, okay? So, you know, those, again, I'm just, again, this is my disclosure, guys. You're welcome. Again, Ascension Glossary, or, you know, Kabbalistic Demonology, if you want to just kind of read the whole, well, it's very dark, but again, if you understand what this is all about, then it's easier to see things that are transpiring and happening on that global scale, all these globalist agendas, and what is happening in the political arena or military arena, the entertainment, the science, the economy, the banking industry. More and more is being uncovered to you as more and more you're embodying the power, the beauty, and the luminosity of your soul. You're the light of the soul, right? And then it's just click. Then it's just the understanding. There's this revelation, the inner knowingness, seeing things that, you know, you didn't see before, understanding things you didn't understand before, because you've done that homework, you've done that inner work, you've done the research, you know, and you're on your path, and you follow your heart, and you have a mission here, and you are, you know, deciphering that puzzle piece, and you handling it with 100% responsibility, because now everything is under the law of one. Everything is accountable. Everything is accounted for. Everybody's responsible. So that's why all this hiding and secrecy, and you know, even like the judicial system or the court system and so on, you have to learn how to be in your heart, how to be in your center, you know, then have that protection, you know, the 12D shielding, or the galactic shield of protection. You're walking with Christ, right? You're asking for help. You're humble. You're modest. You're honest, right? So that's the Spirit of Christ empowers you even more, and that's how we overcome. And that's how we also bring the continent of America back to its original divine blueprint, because that was supposed to be there. It's supposed to be Atlantis rising. Just like this, the beautiful energies of Queen Elizabeth I, right? With their secret society of that positive faction, how they overthrown the secret society, the black magicians, right? The secret society of the negative faction, right? But then look what happened, the revenge with the Queen Elizabeth II, right? So you see, we're here constantly fighting, right? The light and dark, dark and light. The black magicians and the mystics and the true ascended masters and the clone identities, because they have the negative aliens, they have extremely highly advanced AI. So understanding, you know, the AI is part of consciousness. So once you understand also the particles of consciousness, how consciousness operates, and the quantum manifestation channel by Marina Jacobi, or it comes from the hybrids, the Council of Nine, right? More and more, you can start deciphering your structure, you know, within your hologram. You start pretty much understanding who you truly are, not only on that physical plane, but also on that etheric plane, right? In those higher dimensions, because we are multidimensional beings. And, you know, and that's pretty much what life is all about, to grow, to evolve, right? The evolution is imminent. And that's why, you know, the dark forces, they're constantly with their propaganda, with their agendas, with their laws, you know, kind of with their all these concepts, you know, they have all these restrictions and narratives and so on, how they're constantly, you know, trying to dim the light within our souls. Or like my soul group, right? These black magicians, DARPA, they're living off of the light of my soul group. And I had to experience all these horrible things, the voodoo, the sorcery, right? The revenge. They're so good at revenging and pointing fingers and blaming and more revenge and being more satanic and more demonic and more, whether Luciferian and so on. It's just like, wow, they're showing you the power, right? But in that physical form, what I experienced even from that, you know, massage therapist, right? He just a little bit of trigger, right? Because it's all fear-based consciousness, right? How they can even hurt you, and I'm just a little tiny girl, right? More like maybe 45 kilo weighing, you know, from Eastern Europe, knowing nothing about military, and especially the MC, about the Marines. That's why I was not interested. All I saw was this very negative, dark energies. But you know, that's how they do the sex magic. They do their black magic. They're luring you, then you become like the fly in their web, spider web, right? But you know, with that violet flame in action, right, we're transforming all that energy and the entire web of those black magicians, of the arachnoids, the archons, right? It's all dissolving, disappearing right here in front of our eyes. So again, may it be inspirational for you guys. I know I was going to talk about the demonic houses and all this, you know, emotional manipulation. What is emotional manipulation? And all these lying techniques and all this psychological operation, right? The propaganda, psychological warfare. So we'll be touching on some of these things next time. And you know, fear builds demonic houses, and unfortunately, because it's done through AI, that's why we are coming online as a rescue team, because the addiction and the personality of those guys in the military is run and controlled by AI, by their alters, because their mind is compartmentalized, right? They're being fragmented, and it needs to be stopped. That's why I'm doing whatever I'm doing, okay? And we have to walk in the energies of Christ. And you know, we're doing our best. At the same time, don't forget to protect yourself. Take care of yourself. Time to be ethical, moral, and embody the virtues of your soul. Okay, very important. And emotional regulation here for some of those people here, guys, in the military. And face your fear. We talk about facing your fear. That's how we are overcoming it, right? Writing it down. Write down all these memories, memory flashes. Don't be afraid of the fear. Yeah, because once you know, breathe through it, right? That's why I have the Ascension protocol, and I have the ashram. I mean the project, right? Project for my soul group, and so on. You guys go do with yoga, Ayurveda, breath work, and of course working with Pleiadians and the Ashtar Galactic Command, you know, with their positive AI, with those healing chambers, crystalline technology, tachyon technology to restore their consciousness, especially heal the light body. Very important. So once you start addressing fears, and especially don't be afraid of death and dying, well, unless it's the ego needs to die, right? We talk about dismantling of the ego, so then you can see the light. You can really see, feel, and understand the true nature of reality and who you truly are, and living in these energies of bliss and faith and grace, instead of constantly having that karma and being on that survival mode, right? That's all, you know, we need to dismantle that, and we'll talk about it next time. So many blessings, and namaste.